Tanushri ma'am, World Bank, and Ramlata ma'am, our IEEE Hyderabad section chair, MGPL Narayan sir, Sri Jasti sir, Secretary IEEE Hyderabad section, our beloved management member, K. Harichandra Prasad garu, Vice President Vigyan Jyoti Society, our beloved principal Dr. C.D. Naidu sir, Director Advancement and Dean Finance, Dr. Channakesrao garu, my dear colleagues, my dear speakers, participants, invitees, and students. Good morning to all of you. Actually, this is a proud moment for all of us. We are working for past 8 months. So for this day. So really, first of all, I would like to thank Ramlata ma'am for giving us opportunity to host this wonderful event at VNR VJIT. Last year, this event is hosted at IISc Bangalore. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, good morning, one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you to the returning Mothers Conference 2025 being hosted at VNR Vigyan Jyoti Institute of Engineering and Technology in collaboration with IEEE Hyderabad section and our valued partners. Actually, this event is supported by many people, World Bank and many societies of IEEE supported this event. Without their support, it is not possible to organize this event. This conference is truly special. It celebrates resilience, courage, and the spirit of women who have chosen to return to their professional and academic journeys after taking a career break for their families. Today, we come together to acknowledge that motherhood and professional excellence are not mutually exclusive. They beautifully complement each other when provided with the right support and opportunities. Each other, incredible things happen. And today's conference is a living example of that. Let us make these 2 days a celebration of learning, networking, and empowerment. Thank you all and wish you a very successful conference ahead. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, ma'am. To turn a vision into reality requires a clear roadmap. Now, to give us a comprehensive overview of what lies ahead, the themes, the tracks, and the opportunities that await, please put your hands together to welcome the General Chair of this conference, Dr. Ramalata Marimuthu ma'am, to address the gathering.
A very good morning to everyone who's present here. I think this was designed by a man. They haven't designed it for me. Thank you. So the first thing I would like to say is I would like to thank every one of my team members, my committee volunteers, my speakers, my guests, Everyone has put their trust in me to be here today. So I would like to give a big hand for them first. The second thing is the sponsors, supporters. IEEE is one side, the World Bank is the other side, and we have a lot of industries, but everywhere the human component is the basis of this support. Everybody believes in this concept of bringing the women to the forefront so that they will also have their own individuality, financial freedom, and their own happiness in their mind. Most of the times, we feel that as women, we feel that we live for our families. Our children come first, our spouse come first, our parents come first. Everybody is there, we forget about ourselves. And that is a reality. And by the time we realize that we are also human beings and we also need happiness, the life passes away. That was true for me, and I'm sure it is true for every woman. It is in our makeup. I'm not blaming anyone. The men are not saying you have to sacrifice yourself. It is in our makeup. But I just want you, every one of you, to realize that you have to think of yourself also. When you travel by flight, they give you the mask and say, first put the mask in your face, then help the others. There is a wonderful lesson for all of us there. We have to take care of ourselves, and then only we will be able to take care of the other people. So that lesson has to be realized, and that has to be implemented also. I know it is really difficult for many of us, but still, that was the seed of this Returning Mothers Conference. When I was talking to one of my students who was a topper and who got a wonderful job, I was of the idea that she was progressing in her ladder, career ladder. After 5 years, when I met her by chance, she said she was not working. When I asked her why, she gave all kinds of reasons. She got relocated, she got married, she had children, all these reasons. But I asked, okay, all these are okay, but where are you in your career? That's what I'm asking. She said, no, nowhere. Okay, when are you returning to your career? No, I don't have any plans right now. So that was the seed of this. And because I felt that, just imagine the efforts the parents put for educating and training a woman, and how much of that we spend, the time and the energy we spend, the teachers, as society, and everything is going down the drain. And then what is the point of talking the leadership in corporates and other places? It is only 8% for women. Yes, it will be, because they are not progressing. The pipeline is leaking like a sleeve. So that was the reason for this conference, because the entry level is good, very good, more than good, because we have more than 50% of women taking up the education. But after entry level, it just dwindles. And that is where every one of you can help realize how the society is degrading itself by not encouraging the women. I'm not saying allowing the women, encouraging the women to go back to job or do a career for themselves. So this started in 2014 as a small workshop. Then with the support of the World Bank and IEEE, this became a big conference. Tanushree will be able to tell you about their own perspective in it, why they are supporting this. But from the IEEE side, I'm very proud that every leader in IEEE, they feel the uniqueness of this conference. And every year is a learning for us also. The first time I organized it, there was a lady from Bangladesh. She talked about the post-maternal depression for a woman. And I didn't even realize that that is true for a woman. And after 2 years, when we were talking about menopause, one speaker said, menopause is a period that has to be handled very carefully, both physically as well as mentally, and that has to be supported by the family. But just imagine how many husbands realize that it is a period of difficulty for the woman, and how many of them support really. They don't. So every year we are learning things from the speakers, from the participants, and this year again we are crossing another milestone. The theme itself, if you see, it is brave transitions. We have seen that women, not only women, men also, they don't want to stick on to one job. Maybe for 5 years they do, and after that they want to change it slightly. Change is the norm now. And how to change it? Do they want to just change the job from one company to another company? Or do they completely want to change it from one type of career to another type of career? Everything is possible. Academics to industry, industry to entrepreneurship, everything is possible. But the right kind of motivation, the right kind of support, it has to be given to them. So from the beginning, we have been addressing all the issues that is connected with the women not returning to the workforce. The depression is there. The physical problems that actually make the women not to even think about coming out of their comfort zone, that is also there. The caregiving duties for the parents, for the children, everything, that is there. And of course, the financial part, that is also there. So these are some of the things that we address in the conference. In these 2 days also, all these are covered. And apart from that, every year we are adding something. We have been training the people for entrepreneurship through our Ideathon and Pitch Fest from 2021. And this year, of course, it is going to be there immediately after the inauguration. And we received around 300 applications. Every year we get 200 to 300, and we filter it out. 30 teams we take, but this year we have still reduced it to 20 because we want to give them more time to pitch and to learn how to pitch. So we are reducing the numbers, but we are increasing the quality. One more thing we have introduced this year is encouraging the women entrepreneurs. Because entrepreneurship, if you see, that has actually topped in the professions of women, especially the social enterprises, all mushrooming up, and every one of them led by a woman. So how many of them are really successful? And today you will see a sample of all these women-led home businesses, small businesses, how they started and how they are progressing. And this year, one of our advisory committee members during our advisory meeting, she also mentioned that she was talking to some parents of special children. And she said, Returning Mothers Conference also should address that, because special children are one of a separate category, and their parents, their mothers, if you feel, if you see, if you know any of them, you will not even imagine how much of their own life they are sacrificing for them. I worked with one of the special schools called, I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. Okay. So we worked with one of the special schools for autism, and there the parents are trained along with the children. So they don't have a life of their own. They are also to be supported, and their plight is also to be addressed. This year, we do have one of a special child also having a stall put up with her jewelry making. I'm sorry about that. So we are progressing in our milestones, and I'm very, very thankful to the IEEE, to the World Bank, and to the industries who have all been supporting this financially with uh, volunteers, with speakers, and with insights. Every time we plan a panel, what will be the theme and what will be the outcomes that we want for this conference, we dedicate one panel to the World Bank for their current issue, because they also are growing with us and they mention what theme they want. So they bring in their speakers and they discuss it, and they get the outcomes, insights, everything. It is all available in the World Bank website. You can see it's called We Power Collaboration website. You can get all the details about all the Returning Mothers Conference and how the outcomes of each conference was the seed for the next conference. So I would request every one of you to be here for the whole day, for both the days, and encourage the speakers and also our organizers to understand better what should be the theme for the next year. So with your inputs, with your questions, we want to move ahead and progress. Thank you very much for having me here and having our team here. I want to thank VNR VJIET. My God, you have given us a real warm welcome and so much of support. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir. And Hyderabad section, I know they have a lot of problems. In spite of those problems, they have been supporting us so much. So I want to thank each and every one of them and all the volunteers also who have made my life easy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that overview, the conference agenda, and the promises that are going to be kept during this conference. We also thank you for emphasizing the need for inclusivity of gender perspectives to address the diverse needs of the world. Thank you, ma'am. The strength of a tree lies in its roots. The strength of this event is amplified by the support of the wider IEEE community. Now, please join me in welcoming Mr. MGPL Narayana Garu, Chair of the IEEE Hyderabad section, to address the gathering.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning to the dignitaries on the dais, and fellow IEEE volunteers. I see a lot of them here. So this is really heartening to see, this gathering today, the Returning Mothers Conference 2025. Take shape right here in Hyderabad under the theme Brave Transition, rejoining with purpose across academia, industry, and innovation. So, on behalf of IEEE Hyderabad section, I extend a warm welcome to all the participants, all the speakers, all the mentors, and organizers who have come together to make this possible. It's wonderful to see such an inspiring initiative being hosted in our section, Geography, a region that has always been forefront of technology, innovation, and education. In fact, I'm really thrilled to hear the kind of genesis of this RMC that you mentioned to me out when we were talking about this. It's wonderful to have this. And I'll tell you, this is first of its kind in IEEE parlance as well. And I'm really proud to have this kind of thing taking shape in further shape in Hyderabad in art and region. So, throughout my career, I have had the privilege of working with many professionals, including mothers, who took a break for family, caregiving, or personal reasons and later returned to workplace. Every single time, I have been amazed at the enthusiasm, discipline, and commitment they brought back to them. Their ability to balance responsibilities, multitasking, and lead with empathy is not only inspiring, but often transformational to teams and organizations in which they work. That is why I find this theme, Brave Transitions, so relevant. These transitions are not just about returning to work, they are about re entering with renewed purpose. They represent courage, adaptability, and a strong sense of self. The conference website beautifully captures this through multiple tracks actually, from technology skill building. I've seen health and wellness to communication and branding, and even Ideathon and Pitch Fest sessions that encourage creativity and entrepreneurship. Each of these reflects how multidimensional this journey is, reconnecting not only with careers, but with confidence, community, and curiosity. I was reading a recent article in Economic Times that spoke about returnship programs, like we hear the term internship programs. It's a structured pathways that help women rejoin the workforce after a career break. These programs don't just offer training, they provide mentorship, workplace reintegration, and meaningful opportunities to contribute again. The article described how such initiatives are reshaping the narrative, proving that a career break is not a career end, but often the beginning of a stronger, more focused chapter. And that to me is what RMC truly represents, a bridge between potential and purpose. IEEE, through its global and local initiatives, deeply values diversity, inclusion, and ethical technology adoption. In my current role as a chair of IEEE Hyderabad section, and also as a vice chair of IEEE's DITA program, that is about focusing on dignity, identity, inclusion, trust, and integrity, trust and agency. I see tremendous alignment here. Empowering returning professionals strengthens not just individual lives, but the very fabric of our own innovation ecosystem. So I would like to encourage all returning professionals and participants here to lean into community, to share stories, and to draw strengths from one another. Your next chapter can be even more purposeful. Through gatherings like RMC, we are affirming that your comeback is not compromise, it is contribution to innovation, diversity, and future of work itself. So again, congratulations to the organizing team led by Dr. Ramalata Marimuthu Garu, the partnership committee, and the volunteers from IEEE WIE, Women in Engineering, and VNR VJIET, who has tremendously contributed for this, for bringing this vision alive. The Hyderabad section is proud to be associated with this meaningful effort. Thank you all, and may this conference be a space of rediscovery, renewal, and remarkable beginnings. And thank you again. My best wishes for a truly empowering conference that is the RMC 2025. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. for your words of encouragement and for the section's steadfast support. Now I request Srinivasa Jasti Garu, Treasurer IEEE Hyderabad, to address the gathering.
Good morning to all dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and fellow IEEE volunteers from section and across India who have made it to this conference. Again, thanks for Marimat ma'am to bring this conference to Hyderabad and bring that vision of returning mothers and their contributions to not only kind of society in terms of whatever she has described, but also that they can be a force to reckon with in making or shaping their careers and be a contributor to the larger society in terms of not only their family, but to larger community, larger countries. And I mean, the sky is the limit, is what I can attribute. The qualities that they demonstrate in kind of withstanding the life-changing moments they go through, and the kind of sacrifices they make are really like the characteristics which they can leverage in shaping their own career as well when they come back. I think these are some of the qualities which they should mentally also make a thought that I will also shape my career in terms of contributions I can make apart from the family. So I think these are all some of the thoughts which if they come in, yes, they may require some additional support from organizations and government organizations by framing up policies which are there. Some of them are there. I think they need some more attention. I would probably highlight that that could be one of the points which can be brought out on what are the additional changes that can be suggested to the government bodies to accommodate further aspects of life of a woman, which actually to be understood by the other side of the workforce and the organizations, so that they get the required encouragement when they are progressing in their career, and their contributions can be leveraged. I think on that note, definitely this is definitely one of the things which is need of the hour for countries like India, which we are trying to catch up on the growth. Definitely, we need support of all the workforce, women workforce, who are actually taking a break to uh, play other responsibilities which the society expects. Uh, it I would also encourage them to kind of consider coming back. Definitely, there are a lot of opportunities being provided. On one is like entrepreneurship, as ma'am has said. That is an area where you can still like kind of create your own organization, kind of giving employment to many other people like you or others, which is also need of the hour. Innovation and kind of building our own small pockets of growth is what is the need of the hour for the country as well. If we have to catch up on the GDP growth expectations which are there for the country. I think on that note, I would want to conclude saying wish all the best for all the participants, organizers, for this conference to be a successful one. And definitely the themes which we pick will kind of sow the seeds for the next conference, which we are planning in the years to come forward. As ma'am has said, the cycle continues, and all from IEEE and others kind of wish you all the best for learning as well as contributions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request our principal, Dr. C.D. Naidu Garu, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Respected Harishchandra Prasad Garu, Vice President Vignana Jyoti, and other colleagues, and today's guest speakers and foreign visitors, participants, and my dear friends. It's a great conference that has been coined by IEEE, and our Padma Sai took forward with force to conduct this kind of an event in VNR Vignan Jyoti Institute of Engineering and Technology, because we will be inviting all mothers across the globe to come and hear. So today's theme, I saw it is brave transition. All mothers have already made a brave transition, because before you get married, so you don't know which place to go. You never, because even for booking a small ticket in those days, we ask you, do you know anybody to get a ticket? Or if you want to go on to his office and get a birth certificate, do you know anybody? You don't go there, but you ask somebody to, have you known there anybody to get my certificate? But you never asked your parent or mother or father, you are going to a new house, do I know anybody there? Have you asked anybody? So that's it. In a way, you already done in your life a brave transition from not married position to a married position and became mothers. That itself is a brave transition that you already made. And this this conference has that kind of a theme that you already have. All mothers might have been made brave transitions in your life to come to this stage here. So I hope this conference deliberations will make you to a greater heights and think again for becoming an entrepreneur, becoming rejoining in the as an employment or research, teaching, anything. So or volunteering itself is the thing. So I wish good luck for all mothers conference. Mother itself is a great word that everybody gets emotional about it. So that is the power of mother that has. So you already have brave transitions in your life itself. Now do it again. So wish you all good luck for your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. RMC has a rich legacy of fostering collaboration and growth. To reflect on this journey and its impact, we are privileged to invite Ms. Tanushri Baumik-Garu from the World Bank to address the gathering.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Dignitaries on the dais, delegates of IEEE, VPAR delegates from South Asia, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to be here today to talk about, we're talking about transitions for the next 2 days. So it's my real privilege that I get to talk about the transition that the Returning Mothers Initiative itself has gone through. As I understand, I think it started with a workshop in 2014 when we started discussing about doing something with returning mothers. 2018, we did the first Returning Mothers Conference where, World Bank got involved and we partnered with IEEE. And since then, it has been a journey for us where we have been together, and it's one of our flagship initiatives that we look forward to. It is also one of the programs that we think is one of the most important in the work that we do under the program in World Bank. The Returning Mothers Initiative within World Bank is supported by the VPAR program of World Bank. And I would briefly like to touch upon why is it an initiative that we get involved in, as Dr. Ramrita said. VPAR is a program where we work across South Asia with energy utilities and companies in increasing women's participation in core energy businesses. Having said that, the reason we think VPAR itself came into being was because South Asia has one of the lowest participation of women in the energy sector. We don't, as a region, we don't do great when it comes to women's labor force participation. But in sectors like energy and infrastructure and STEM, we do not have a great track record that we set. South Asia sees between 8% to 20%, 23% of participation of women, sometimes even lower when it comes to technical roles in energy sectors in countries across South Asia. In 2018, at the time when the IEEE conference started, was also when World Bank did the gender assessment for South Asia for the energy sector. So it kind of, VPAR and the Returning Mothers Initiative kind of came up together in 2018. So I think it was only natural that we got together and started working together. During our gender assessment and in the course of implementing VPAR, and we talk to our partners, one of the things that we find is that there is a direct correlation between caregiving and why women fall out of employment or labor force participation. A lot of the attrition that the sector sees or the job sees is are linked to milestones in a woman's life, personal goals in women's lives. One being marriage, the second being childbirth and child care, and the third when parents or in-laws start getting older. Now, why does this disproportionately affect women and not men? If you take a look through, all of us know that statistically, South Asian women do the most unpaid caregiving labor in the world. In India, 90% of domestic unpaid labor is done by women, which has effect not only just on women's careers, but also on mental and physical health in the years to come. This is why we partnered with IEEE in this initiative, because it was extremely important for WePower and for the STEM and the energy sector that we start about getting women back into the workforce and create a facilitating environment that they can have a returnship after having a child. But I think it's important for us to acknowledge that here often while we talk about caregiving and childbirth, directly in correlation with returnship, the conversations are larger than that. It's also about caregiving due to multiple reasons. Caregiving, as I said, parents, in-laws, but also I think stages of life like menopause or partners or spouses when they're unwell and women take a break to get into those roles. So, and that itself has been a journey for us. As I said, we started with a conference in 2018. In 2024, we announced the Returning Mothers Day at the 2024 Returning Mothers Conference in Indian Institute of Sciences in Bangalore. It was a big milestone because we wanted to bring in partners. We wanted to open up the initiative to larger partnerships, larger discussions, and make it a day where we could enable and facilitate conversations. Now, there is always this, argument about, do we need a day about something? We do not need a day about something the day the issue stops to exist. As long as it does, maybe it's good to have a reminder in form of a day where we can facilitate conversations. And that's what 10th of September, starting this year, would become for all of us as we go ahead. This year, on 10th of September, we celebrated the first Returning Mother's Day with an event in the World Bank in New Delhi. Besides the fact that it was celebration of the first Returning Mother's Day, it opened conversations, partnerships, and brought in partners like UN Women, the Germans, the German Embassy, GTZ, the Asia Foundation, and others who joined the initiative. And going ahead, we will see more coming and more collaborations happening there. So this year, as we have celebrated the Returning Mother's Day and we go ahead, one of the things that we want to do and we would like to do is push the envelope a bit more and say that in an ideal world, the issue should not be around returning mothers, but we slowly need to start talking about returning parents. We need to acknowledge the facts that, urban modern families are becoming nuclear, caregiving duties are going to need to become more equal and equitable if this puzzle about women not being able to participate fully in economic labor has to be solved. Later in the day today, we announce a campaign which is called Men as Allies, acknowledging the fact that there are men more and more who are stepping into caregiving roles, but those conversations are not normalized. Caregiving as an important part of life, as an integrate part of fulfillment in life, is not a normalized conversation amongst men and young men. Breaking that myth, we launched that campaign as Men as Allies. And going forward, what we would like to do is start talking more about equitable and equal caregiving in households and in organizational levels. Again, I see some students here today and, we talk about why does it affect, women, but why does it affect women, but why should it affect everybody else, just, not just women? That's because besides the fact that this is the right thing to do, it takes a couple of years for us to reach that our personal development, fulfillment, and having the ability to live a wholesome life depends on equal partnerships at household and organizations. And that's why men, young boys and girls who would go ahead and probably face these milestones in years to come need to be part of these conversations and need to be part of the deliberations that we are having. I look forward to the 2 days of the panels and the discussions, and welcome you all again. And thank you for having me here.
Thank you, ma'am, for emphasizing the need for participation of women in energy sector. And thank you for also emphasizing the need for conversations, not only about the involvement of men in caregiving, but also about the unpaid work of women. Thank you once again, ma'am. Now I request Sri Harishchandra Prasad Garu, Vice President Vignana Jyoti, to address the gathering.
A very good morning to everyone. Distinguished guests on the dais, off the dais, the participants, delegates, volunteers, and I see some students over here. Welcome to RMC 2025. I think I should first thank Dr. Padmasai. She kind of insisted that I should come and give a small message. And I didn't really know how to say no to her. And she doesn't leave it, she makes sure that I come here. She gives me a call at 6 o'clock in the morning. Are you coming or not? No, anyway, it's a great program, really worth it. And let me say a little bit about Vijnan Jyoti. I am the Vice President of Vijnan Jyoti Society, and VNR VJIT is one of the constituent members of the society. We have about 7 or 8 institutions under the society. We operate them on not-for-profit basis. This was started about 33 years back by about 30 industrialists. And the uniqueness about our society is we can only give it to the society, our money, our time, everything free of cost. We can't take back any kind of monetary benefits or perks. And we have been doing that for the last 33 years. And we are totally transparent in our organization. And we will give our full freedom to our institutional heads so that they can concentrate on their we are student-centric, We're doing it for students. We want to give back to the society. We're an education field. What is the best thing you can do? Take the students, mold them well, teach them, give them good education. Beside education, you also impart ethical values, mold their character. That's more important. All these sessions actually impart value systems. In that context, I really congratulate IEEE for organizing this seminar, a workshop. And I think you have to speed up your process of having this message going to all the people, returning mothers. And unless you do this with passion, which you are doing it, but I think you should increase the pace at which what you do. In that context, whatever help you need from Vijnan Jyoti, we are there to help you. And I just want to say 2 things about returning mothers. Actually, motherhood itself is a very unique, God-given gift. And those people who have experienced it, they know it. And we all, society, we all accept it, we acknowledge it, we respect it. Then after a few years, people forget these people who have given birth to us, others. So I think in that context, it's very important that they come back to workforce, continue their work, improve their skills, make a mark for themselves, have their identity, which is the most important thing. You should be known for yourself by what you are, what you do. And that's the reason I totally endorse every woman to work, returning mothers especially, because that gives you a personal identification. Otherwise, you are dependent on somebody else, somebody else's wife, spouse. And I think that's where I think you have to change your mindset. This is a not negotiable issue. One should work, gainfully engage their time and gainfully have employment or engage yourself in a way that you can develop your skills and be useful to the society, contribute to the country, society. And if 10% of the working people, I mean, the educated people, women, come into the workforce, you know what kind of tremendous change you can make in the growth of the country? But we are not tapping that potential. Maybe this is partly due to the cultural mindset that we have. I think with time, we should change. And this is where I request all the women, especially the returning mothers, to think of improving themselves after the motherhood period, because that gives you personal identity. And there's nothing more important than having your personal identity. We should respect them for what they are, who they are, what they do. And that is something that I want you people to think about, because there's no shortcut method. There is no shortcut method at all. And I think at VNR, VJIT, half the faculty or administration people are women, right? Now, when you go to the industry, what happens out of 100 people that go and join the company, 50% of the women drop out after some reason. Marriage reason, motherhood time. But after that, you should come back to the mainstream. Don't let it go, because it's your life. You have to make it work. And you have to give a commitment to yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Otherwise, you'll be financially, otherwise you'll be a parasite on your spouse. I hate to say that, but believe me, you respect the other person for what they are. And if you're doing a good job of gainfully being employed, you are resourceful, you are useful to the society, they respect you. They can't deny. So my simple advice is, please, all the returning mothers and all the other people, women, get back into the mainstream, be yourself, be somebody, have an impact, and you should have your own identity for your own good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for emphasizing the need for identity for a woman, which is not defined by the role she plays, but by the strength, wisdom, and the resilience she has to carry in her life. Thank you once again, sir. The spirit of RMC is the one that moves forward, continuously building on past successes. It is now time for a significant announcement about the future of this flagship event. I once again request Dr. Ramlata ma'am to announce the location of the next RMC.
Once again, a very good morning. So every year, the Returning Mothers Conference is organized in different states. Within India, of course, in future, we will also expand it to next level, that is for other countries. Today, Tanushree asked me we should make it international. But we wanted to first set our foot right, and we wanted to have all the basics covered before we wanted to venture out in other countries. And I think probably this is time to think about it. So the next Returning Mothers Conference, again, will be organized within India. And every year, IEEE India office, they are our financial managers, supporters, and executors, I would say. Mr. Ashoka here from the IEEE India Philanthropy Unit. He is the one who is supporting us in two different ways. One is taking my financial headache away. He manages the income and the expenditure. The second thing is he also organizes the Returning Women Engineers program with the support of industries, and particularly with Quest Global. Last year, they had trained around 150 women, and out of that, we had 80 women, correct, Ashoka? 80 women registering for the Returning Mothers Conference. This year, the RWEP program is yet to start. It is going to start, in fact. And they are also expanding. Instead of having it confined within Bangalore, Trivandrum, and Pune, like last year, this year they are going to expand it to pan India. So it is going to be all put together. We want to do it in my home place, that is Madras section. So we are going to do it probably in Chennai, the next Returning Mothers Conference. And the same progress will be done with the help of the RWEP program. And now, of course, we also have the full circle by having Prionics coming forward for us to employ these returning women also. So these two, of course, they are also from Madras section, I mean, the Tamil Nadu area. So this is going to be stronger if it is organized in Chennai. So that's why this is going to be planned for Chennai for the next RMC. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the announcement. Let's all look forward to the next edition of RMC in Chennai. A huge round of applause and all the best to the Chennai section. It's now a moment of honor and gratitude. We would like to felicitate our distinguished guests on the days for gracing this occasion with their presence. Now I request Takako ma'am to present a memento to Dr. Padmasai ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Sri Harishchandra Prasad Garu, Vice President Vignana Jyoti, to felicitate Ramalata ma'am. I request Dr. B. Chennakesav Rao Garu, Director VNAV JIET, to felicitate MGPL Narayan Rao Garu. Thank you, sir. Now I request Sri MGPL Narayan Garu to felicitate Jasti Srinivas Garu, Treasurer IEEE Hyderabad Section. Thank you, sir. I request Ramlata ma'am to present a memento to Dr. C.D. Naidu Garu, Principal VNAV JIET. Thank you, ma'am. I request Dr. C.D. Naidu Garu to present a memento to Tanushri Baumik Garu. Thank you, ma'am. I request Padma Sai ma'am to present a memento to Sri Harishchandra Prasad Garu. Thank you, sir. I request MGPL Narayan Garu and Srinivas Garu to present a memento to Takako ma'am, Director IEEE Region 10. Thank you, everyone. Now I request Ms. Nandita to introduce Takako Hashimoto ma'am, Director IEEE Region 10. Before we proceed with the keynote address, I request Jasti Srinivas Garu to felicitate Dr. B. Chennakesav Rao Garu with a memento.
Thank you.
I request Dr. B. Chennakesrao Garu, Director Advancement and Dean Finance, to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, their colleagues, delegates from various institutions and industry, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It is my duty to propose vote of thanks. On behalf of VNRVJT, on my own behalf, I would like to thank IEEE chapter under the banner of World Bank as well as IEEE Hyderabad section. So this conference is being arranged here at VNRVJT. Please, all of you give big hand to IEEE chapter and as well as the World Bank for making this event a grand success. Today, I think everybody spoke about the empower of women, we power. See, in women, I think we have a men also, but whereas in vice versa, it is not there. So women is always great, actually. Without their support, without their cooperation, I think it is not possible. So that's why. So this conference has got a great mileage. So please, all of you, give to all women mothers for making this event a grand success. Without your cooperation, it's not possible. So I would like to thank the delegates. I think without your participation in this particular conference, it is not possible successfully conducting. So today the technology, I think everybody is talking about artificial intelligence, but above all, women technology is also very, very important. So that way, I think you are a great. And but what are the challenges that we are going to face it today? Because I didn't get chance to speak 2 minutes, but now I got a chance. That's why I want to express my feelings because women is suffering because of two reasons. One is the health reason. I think the health, I think, especially the breast cancer, I think everybody is aware about. So please take up this issue and see that how to prevent that one actually. But today, I think the medicines are available. So with that, I think we can come out. But the second one is, I think, work pressure. So you have to balance between the work and as well as the your personal life also. So in this connection, I think we have to conduct number of workshops. I think today the tracks which you have chosen, there are 4 tracks. I think all 4 are very, very important for women. So that is the health and wellness track. I think the wellness program we have started here at VNRVJT for our students also, madam. So that way, I think we are asking the women students to take care about your health because once if you are healthy, your entire family is healthy. So that way, I think you are going to help your family also. Today, I think 2 top leaders are women. One is the president, our president, and as well as our finance minister also, Nirmala Sitharaman, and as well as Draupadi Murmu. So that way, I think, so this country is there in great 2 leaders. I think that is the reason, that's why I think we are flourishing like anything. And as and today, if we can take India as the world 3rd largest in that is ecosystem, startup ecosystem that is available as on today. So there is a great demand for especially the startup culture. I think that is also one of the theme which you have taken, Ideathon and as well as the Pitch Fest track also that is there. So please all of you present your ideas because if you are unable to attend your duties physically, then you have a chance to create your self-employment also. That way I think you are going to flourish your finances also, okay? So I request all of you, please try to think about how to create a self-employment by taking advantage of various technologies. So once again, I thank Harichandra Prasad Garu and CD Nair Garu, Padmasai Madam, all these people, they are behind this particular event at VNRVJT. I would like to thank all the delegates. I think, so please once again give a big hand to all the delegates for attending this conference. You have a great learning. I hope you are going to enjoy these 2 days. Finally, at the end of the day, you are going to learn some techniques that will be useful to grow further in your life. I wish you all good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the vote of thanks and also for highlighting and sharing your message with us. Thank you, sir. And so before proceeding with the next session, I would like to request all the dignitaries to be seated along with the audience for the inaugural address. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin a truly inspiring talk, one that celebrates courage, leadership, and the power of community in navigating life's many transitions. The session is titled Empowering Brave Transitions, IEEE Region 10's Pathway for Inclusive Leadership and Lifelong Engagement. Returning to a professional life after a career or a family break is never easy. It not only takes courage and confidence, but also a supportive community that believes in your inclusive growth. And in today's talk, we learn from someone who has lived this journey and experienced and transformed her experience into a mission to empower others. Our speaker is none other than Professor Takako Hashimoto, the IEEE Region 10 Director. To tell about our speaker, she serves as the director and deputy to the president at Shiba University of Commerce, Japan, where she is also the dean of Faculty of Commerce and Business Administration and a professor in data science. Dr. Hashimoto is a former chair of IEEE Japan Council 2021-2022, past chair of IEEE Women in Engineering 2015 to 2016, and served on IEEE Computer Society Board of Governors 2021-2023. So today, our speaker will share about how IEEE initiatives such as Women in Engineering, Young Professionals, Humanitarian Technology activities have created supportive ecosystems for those navigating in transitions from academia, industry, and innovation. So without any further delay, I would like to hand over the session to our speaker. Over to you, ma'am. Hand mic or this is okay, no? It's okay.
申し訳ありませんが、現在会場に問題が発生。
It's okay.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Okay. I am Takako Hashimoto, IEEE.
Thank you.
IEEE Region 10 Director. Thank you so much for giving me this great opportunity to share the IEEE Region 10 initiative for supporting the returning mother initiative, and also share my personal experience. I was also one of the returning mother, so therefore, I'm so happy to have today's event and share my experience. And first of all, I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to the organizing committee and also the Hyderabad section and venue, thank you so much for supporting us and VNR VJIET College and all the speakers and all the sponsors, including World Bank and a lot of societies for your support. So without any kind of effort from you, so I believe this event make it possible. So and also I would like to especially thank to Dr. Lamalata Marimutu, my good friend, and she is my mentor for long years. So I am so happy to continue our friendship, and I really hope our friendship continue forever. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started. So and it's already she introduced me, so therefore I do not talk about myself long in detail, but I am now the Region 10 Director, and in Japan, I'm a deputy to the president of my university and a research fellow of Tokyo University, University of Tokyo. And then I have several positions in the government, Japan, member of the Science Council of Japan, and also working for the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communication. So this is a kind of my life, part of my life. Okay, so most of you already know that IEEE, about IEEE. So we have around 500,000 members all over the world. And we have a lot of students and so many technical field we are leading. And also we are leading standards as well. And then IEEE is dividing the world into 10 regions. So this is, I think most of you already know, but just in case, I want to show this figure. So region 1 to 6. Region 1 to 6 is US and 7 in Canada. Region 8 is Euro and Africa. Region 9 is Latin America. And Region 10, we are here. So we are in the Asia Pacific region. So sometime Region 10, so somebody said, what is Region 10? So Region 10 is the Asia Pacific region, it means. And we are here. We are member of the Asia Pacific region, Region 10. And actually, Region 10's membership is more than 200,000. So actually, around 40% of IEEE members are from Region 10. So this is our important characteristics. We have a lot of members. That means we have much power in IEEE. So and we can utilize this power for our activities, I believe. Okay, and then we have several sections, councils and chapters, society chapters and the student branches. So we have a lot of the operational unit in local area, country area, and kind of so many countries. Okay, so we have more than 28 countries and areas. So, and especially the WRE, WRE is one of the most active group in Region 10. And this activity is also part of under WRE concept, Women in Engineering concept, I believe. And actually, this is the data. So sorry, it's the very small letter, but we can see in IEEE, so we have around 30,000 WI women engineering members in IEEE, okay, all over the world. But 64% of the IEEE WI members are from Region 10 again. Yeah. So we have another power. So Region 10 is the most diverse and most powerful region. So women can participate in the different activities in society. Women can have power. So I'm so proud of this data, and I'm so happy to know this. So therefore, the returning mother initiative is very effective. So because we have so many members and we have much power, and this kind of initiative is very good for in such situation, doing in such situation. So again, I would like to explain my career development process a little bit. Okay. So I graduated from my university. After that, I joined RICO. RICO is one of the major industry in Japan. And I was a software engineer and worked for the software research center. Actually, the more than 24 years from here to here. And while working for RICO, I got married and I had 2 kids. And the child care leave I took. And while working for RICO, I joined a PhD school for the regular employee, like adult kind of. So, and I got my PhD in 2005. And then after that, I changed my career from industry to academia. So, and I became the professor of Chiba University of Commerce. And then I became the professor, director, vice president, deputy president. And now, so I am doing leadership work. I'm leading the different activities in my university. Okay, so therefore I have actually 4 phases in my career. So one is a freshman engineer. This is a really easy term. But after having children, so child rearing period, it was quite tough. And I actually this was kind of a transition. And then I decided to get a PhD, my PhD in computer science engineering, and then another transition I had. And then after joining the university, I started the IEEE volunteer activities. So my life suddenly got the global. So, and university faculty has a little bit free. So more, okay, I could have a freedom a little bit. So therefore I could I could do the IEEE volunteer activities. But actually, after getting PhD, just started this period. So therefore, I have actually 4 transitions. First, corporate researcher. The second is mother of 2. But actually, working mother, I continued the working as mother of 2. Okay, working mother, and a PhD student. Of course, I got my PhD, and but I still worked for RICO continuously, and then university professor. Then actually, recently I got another new transition, caregiving. So my mom was getting older. So and I have to have the new transition. So becoming a caregiver, care of my mother. So this is another new phase in my career. But like kind of the transition I had. Okay. Okay. So actually, the transition is not easy. So many of you already knew. So for women, especially for women, transition is a little bit very effective for our career. And actually, recent survey says that 66% of the people, women, said that taking the maternity leave as being detrimental to their career. So taking maternity leave is affecting our career. Actually, more than 60% employees said, and 42.4 employees said that the taking career break were generally negative. Okay, giving negative influence. And this kind of the survey we can find easily. So, and without this kind of survey, all the members in this room, so we know the career break such as maternity leave, child care leave, is little sometimes affect our career development negatively. So, and in Japan, actually, we have so very traditional mindset, and we are in a traditional society, and we have several data. The women are struggling. So we call this M curve. And this graph shows this is the age. This line shows age, and this line is a working ratio, female working ratio of worker female, and this is actually this data is very old, 1975. So, and this data is a little bit old, but the kind of tendencies here. So from 25 after 25 to around 40. So female participation in Japan is quite low. But recently, this M curve is disappearing. So because the young generation is continuously working after getting married and after having child. So this is a situation, but still we can see the little bit kind of M curve, this M curve situation, and female anyway. Little bit have a pressure. So you have to take care of your children at your home or by yourself. This is a traditional pressure, and sometimes still female are feeling this kind of pressure. And another data is also very interesting or serious. Okay, so this is a regular employee ratio in Japan. So, and actually, after 25 years old, the regular employee ratio of female is getting lower because when they have the children, so they tend to quit their job. And then working after actually several years, they are focusing on child rearing, and then they go back to the return to the work. But at that time, very difficult to be a regular employee. So, and actually in Japan, so this is a tendency for many female are facing. The female tend to have part-time job. This is another characteristics in Japan. So such this situation, so female workers, female we are facing in Japan. But this, I believe, this kind of situation is not only in Japan. I think in India and other areas, countries. So similar situation happened all over the world, and therefore the returning mother initiative is very, very important. How to support these female what can I say? Yes, here. So how to support this age female to return to their work. It's most important initiative in our society, I believe. So therefore, this initiative, this conference is very important to support the female and to give opportunity for the female women to return to their work. Okay. So, and this is a transition. The transition is really important. So therefore, we need to, anyway, we have to have the transition. So because of the life stage change. So, and we have to accept the transition. But anyway, we have to utilize such transition. And then transformation, from transition to transformation, I believe we can make it from transition to the transformation. So, and I2Pre volunteer work should support, should help such the transition and such transformation. So, and for me, actually, I'm as I mentioned, after joining university, I started ITV volunteer work, and actually from I became the ITV Japan Council Women Chair, Women WI Chair, and then the Region 10 Women in Engineering Coordinator, and ITV Women Engineering International Chair, like this. Gradually, my volunteer work getting global like this. So, and this is another transition. So getting global. So by the I2P volunteer experience. So this is also very good point, I2P volunteer work. So I2P volunteer work give us the many opportunities for the transition. So we can utilize this opportunity to make our life change, and also we can utilize this transition to return to work as well. So, and actually, we have several body for the volunteering, student, YP, WIE, and also humanitarian technology activities. So this is a very important body, and also this volunteer work should be in a bridge of opportunity, I believe. So doing this kind of the student volunteering, YP volunteering, WI volunteering, and humanitarian technology volunteering, it's very useful for developing our career and having a good transition and good transformation. So I believe, so therefore I think that all of you, if you are not yet member of I2P, please join us and join our volunteer work. So to develop your career, okay, more and more. And this is a kind of some example of in your region 10. So region 10, we have a lot of the volunteer opportunity. So SYWL Congress is a student YP Women Engineering gathering, and the International Leadership Summit is for the women in engineering. So the gathering the female participation, and YP Club is a young professionals career development workshop, and the humanitarian technology activity impact congress is also the idea exchange, opinion exchange discussion for innovation for community resilience. And also, we have a lot of the mentoring opportunity and lifelong learning. So mentorship. So actually, my mentor is Ramanata. Mentorship bridges potential and confidence. And lifelong learning is also another important point. So to re-entry, professional adapt. So, and we can learn the latest, the state-of-the-art technology from I2P lifelong learning program. And I2P Learning Network try engineering support flexible upskilling. So upskill is very important, and sometimes it is very expensive, but we can have the such the program provided from I2P, so we can utilize this I2P's opportunity as well. And okay, Region 10 has several program, mentoring program, and WRE, Region 10 WRE, providing the mentoring circles and also the networking and communication. So you can find a good friend in Region 10 WRE activities. And YP, skill up sessions, and humanitarian technology activity and educational activities. So you can find a good content to upskill, to develop your skill, so upskill event. So therefore, the flexible and volunteering. Volunteering, the characteristics, it is very flexible, not like regular working, but working for the as a volunteer, working as a volunteer is very good. So we can decide what we will do. So and the flexible volunteering is a path to the belonging. So it is very important, and volunteer roles allow re-entry at one's own pace. So this is very important, and volunteering builds new networks, confidence, and visibility. So therefore, the transition is sometimes very tough for us, but if we can start the volunteering, I believe you can find a good opportunity and to get the confidence and the visibility. So, and actually, once we started I2P volunteering work, we can find top researchers. So have an opportunity to communicate with top researchers all over the world and connecting a diverse community and gaining confidence to lead actually in Japan to international leadership laws. So not only Japan is from your local society, community to the global international leadership law. So this is a good point as for the I2P volunteering work. So I recommend all of you to start the I2P volunteer work if you have not yet started, and you can find a good outcomes from I2P. So therefore, the transition from transition to transformation. So transition, having child, getting married, having a child, and getting PhD, and changing career, and also caregiving days. So such kind of the transition, we are always struggling to overcome such situation. But the I2P is very helpful for supporting your transition. And from transition to transformation, we have to find the transition is a good opportunity to transform ourselves. So I think I2P can support, and Region 10 can support you always. And we are always with you. So therefore, please join us and work for the society, community, so together. Okay, thank you so much. And this is my message. And I truly appreciate this symposium, this conference. So, and supporting our mothers to return to their work is one of the most important social issues in our society. And we should work together, and I2P can support something for you. And we are together, always together with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing with us your journey and the programs in IEEE Region 10 and what it has to offer. Thank you once again. So this edition, as Ramlata ma'am said, we are thrilled to have 18 unique stalls, each showcasing creativity, innovation, and their passion. So these vibrant stalls will be set up post-break. So as I say break, it is time for a break. So I request all the dignitaries, volunteers, participants, and guests to join us for a short break. And the break is behind this hall. You can take the refreshments there. Okay, so before we break for a short break, I would like to request everyone who are seated behind to come forward so that we can have a group picture. And if anyone is outside, so requesting all the participants who are seated in the back seats to join us front so that you'll be visible in the picture. Thank you. And I request everyone to please be back by 11:15 for the next sessions. And I request all the INP participants to assemble in B block. That's where the INP sessions and the evaluations will be happening. Requesting everyone once again to be back by 11:15 for the next sessions. Thank you.
Hello.